Y'all know what time it is, man. We on another episode of Trill Talk No Cap.
What's good, homie?
What's good, fam? How you living? Hey, what's up, Miss Chinese Nikki? I'm trying to give the San Antonians a bigger idea of what we're talking about and how legendary this shit is. Yo, what's good, man? Y'all already know what it is. You dig what I'm saying? This is the one and only impeccable high strong man. We are here for another great episode of Trill Talk No Cap, where all we do is talk trill, and the only capping that we do is the ones we wear on our heads. You dig that? Now today, I got a very special guest, you know what I'm saying? My man, this is first time in San Antonio. So San Antonio, y'all make sure y'all get this man a great welcome out there, on the internet. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
The biggest welcome.
You know what I'm saying? The biggest, the homie, you know what I'm saying? Genesis Renji. What's happening?
What's good,
you know
man?
What I'm
I appreciate you having me, brother.
Nah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Ant. You know what I'm saying? When he first told me about you, man, I had to he put me on game, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We always have dope conversations, and he put me on game. He put me on game like at the bar. And I was listening to all your shit on the phone. And Then I went home and I was like, damn, this shit is dope.
It's a never-ending catalog too, man. You be there all day for real.
Yeah. So let's get it started, man. Because there's so much that we want to talk to you about today, bro. You know what I'm saying? First of all, welcome again. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's super dope that you came out to San Antonio, man. You know, the level of artistry that you possess, the talent that you possess, I think is super dope and good for the city to see. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I want to be seen, so you know.
Absolutely.
Hey, absolutely. I gotta go everywhere I ain't been. So
let's talk a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, before we get into the music, you know what I'm saying, where are you originally from for those that may not know?
Yeah. So I'm a representative of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know,
okay.
I was born in Maryland. I'm a DMV baby by birth.
Okay,
but Milwaukee is home. That raised me, bred me, built me into the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to the folk, man. That's home.
Shout out to Milwaukee too, man. For those that don't really know about Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying, it's an hour away from Chicago.
Yeah.
I didn't know that when I first went down there.
Yeah.
And also, you know what I'm saying, people think of Wisconsin, they think of like, you know, white
cows
folks
and cheese and white folks.
That ain't what it is.
That's Wisconsin. That ain't Milwaukee.
Yeah, that ain't Milwaukee. Nigga.
That ain't Milwaukee.
When you go to Milwaukee, nigga, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think I seen a white person. I might have seen one white person there.
You know,
that was the lady that booked me, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's a lot of black folks out there, man. It's super dope. Definitely. The energy's dope. I love it because it's a city that you just truly have to be yourself, and you have to, you know what I'm saying, just represent your character, because it will expose you if you don't, especially if you're trying to do what we doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you a nigga that just trying to act like you walking different or something because you in a different city, they gonna know off top, nigga. They gonna press your ass, nigga. Trust me, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Milwaukee's got a very interesting way of verifying you are who you say you are. We'll put it like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brokash.
Yo. Oh, and I'm so glad too, man, that you know what I'm saying, that you're from there, because I have history there myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was my first out of state show. Shout out to Bryad. Rest in peace to Bryad. He actually passed away in 2011.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he was murdered. But you know what I'm saying, was all about Milwaukee. Yeah. In his blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, he repped that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like that when you born and raised there. Everybody, like most of the people I know in my circle from the city, they born and raised in Milwaukee. So there's a different type of pride and responsibility for the city.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a military kid, so that was where family was at. So that was like a forced living situation that I grew into just because of, you know, life experiences, family. Yeah. And then through the artistry, the city adopted me and bringing me on more. So, you know, that responsibility has now become my own. So, you know,
and I think it's crazy too, because a lot of people don't understand. You know, I'm a military child as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that we have to adapt and adjust in these situations that we put in. And, you know, we don't get the where they say, you know, I've been knowing this guy since second grade. We don't really get attached. So when we attach to people, it's a little bit more serious.
Like I got a couple people that I've known for, I think now we clocking in on 15 years and shit. But that also came from Milwaukee. Like I don't have those same relationships
with people
outside of Milwaukee, unless I met them there and moved.
Same. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We develop our best friends and our stuff like that as we get older. Most people develop it down here. We already have this instinct of like, I don't know, dude. I don't trust, dude. You know what I'm saying? But we have a more open thing because we are such a diverse.
Because what branches were your parents in?
Army.
Okay, yeah. So both mine was the Navy, and then my mom graduated. I mean, not graduated. She retired National Guard.
Okay.
So we were always raised like, do right by everybody you meet, because you never know, when you'll need them in that relationship again. So I've spent a lot of time being sometimes a little too trusting of some folks.
Yeah.
But, in throughout life, really just catering relationships with people and making sure they good and maintaining, some level of good integrity between people. So yeah, it's interesting seeing how everything pans.
So let me ask you this, like, what made you let's get into the well first I want to ask before I even do you have siblings?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. You got brothers and sisters?
I got 6.
6? Okay. 6 of y'all.
6 blood siblings. I'm the second oldest. And then, as you get older, you just start adopting people and calling them family. So
for sure.
Adopted family.
Of course, you got your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
It's huge. But yeah, I got 6 siblings.
No doubt. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. And let's get into the music, man. You know what I'm saying? What let's start with the name. Genesis Renji. Like, what does that mean? Because I know it's a meaning behind it.
It's a lot of meanings to it. So Genesis was the name that I first had when I first started being creative. I got into music for my cousin Pierre. Rest in peace to my cousin Pierre. I really just wanted to impress him.
Yeah.
And, growing up military household, it's strict. We wasn't allowed to listen to rap. So anytime I'm over at Pierre's house, he's sneaking us rap. Yeah. And this is the aftermath era. So I'm immediately drawn to Eminem because
he's into the lyrical shit.
Yeah, he's different like me. He's doing this magic with these words. I got to be able to do this shit too. That was me, and that's what I was drawn to. But of my mom's 3 sons, I'm the oldest, so that's where Genesis came from. I'm the first. I'm the firstborn. I'm the first one, so I'm leading the way. It was I want to say maybe like my senior year of high school or my freshman year of college, I was Googling myself. Yeah. And I didn't see myself until like the 23rd page of Google.
Okay.
And I'm like, dog, I need to add a surname or something on here. Yeah. And Lupe Fiasco is one of my biggest influences creatively. Sure. So I was like, I need a...
Now that you said that, I can see that.
I need a last name like Lupe.
Yeah.
And my cousin Joe, he was a graphic design artist, and he was very big into anime. This is way before I started even liking anime. And he rocked with Bleach. The Bleach anime. He said, hey, you remind me of the character Renji on there. So in my comic book series, I'm going to name you after him. And I was like, well, I'm going to just take that name and
add it
throw it on the back of mine.
That's dope.
I threw that into Google, and it was like, oh, nothing. Bet. I can get to work with this. Yeah. And, 10 years later, I got a couple pages, man.
Nah, that's dope.
I did all right with the branding.
That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I really love that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's dope, man. When I could tell that just off your character that you're a person that put a lot of meaning behind anything that you do.
I try.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like that. Like, I love that even for the name, you put thought behind that. You got all these niggas named Lil Poopy, Lil Dookie,
and they all last.
young Red Door. I don't know what these whatever these niggas see, like whatever these niggas see, they just calling themselves, and that shit crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Door is wild.
I just looked at the Red Door. That's why I said Young Red Door. Niggas that, you know what I mean?
So you said that, I immediately thought about the Taken movie, and new name, brother.
Nah, yeah. But I think that's dope, because when you put meaning behind, even your name, it already tells me where your music is headed.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I love that, man. I love that about you. You know what I'm saying? That you put a lot of thought, and you can tell in your music too. I've seen it. I've heard your music. Your music is really dope.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing, especially in this industry today, where where we don't really get. So much music is just saturated. We don't really get like the songs are hard to become legendary nowadays because they dropping something every day.
Bro.
And it's hard to feel shit. Back in like early 2000s, we still have songs where you could feel the shit. Like you like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Ja, whoever was, you could feel that shit.
To me, for me personally, that was the golden age of hip hop.
Yeah, for sure.
That's also because that's when I came into it. So I got a little bit of a nostalgic tie to it.
Yeah.
But I think this is the best time to be making music. For real.
Yeah, no doubt. Especially now, because back then it was like you had to have a certain image. You had to now you could be whoever you are and make music, because you know what I'm saying? My nigga told me this a long time ago. He was like, every person in this world has 100,000 people who fuck with the way that they think, fuck with the way that they dress, fuck with, you know what I'm saying? So everybody kind of have their own fans.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really tap into it.
For sure.
But everybody actually has a talent or something that people would follow.
You got something
fuck
there.
With, you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's something that I've carried for myself, and just in conversations with the homies, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I remember somebody talking about hey, if you look hard enough and you do enough research or marketing, you're gonna find somebody that fucks with underwater basket weaving. So like,
that's crazy. My mom used to say that.
You know what I'm saying? So to know that there's always something for somebody out there, you just gotta grind. Just keeping that in mind. So when people I don't like when people tell me I'm slept on. It's like I'm not slept on, bro. It's my audience hasn't heard me yet. That's all it is. We just growing.
I think it's wild you said that. My mom used to tell me that all the time. She'd be like, "I'm gonna love you. I don't care if your career, if you want to do underwater basket weaving." Yeah. And I never understood what the fuck she was talking about. I was like, why did out of all the shit you could say, why did you say that?
I'm gonna tell you the wildest shit that nobody is gonna think about. But if you happen to make that your thing, you got that support, and you are guaranteed to find at least 10 other people. If
a nigga get rich off that, I gotta dap him up.
Hey, listen, man.
I gotta dap a nigga up that get rich off of underwater basket weaving.
It's all about the drive, bro.
If I walk into your house and be like, "Damn, nigga, how you get this crib?" and he be like, "Yeah, underwater basket weaving." I swear to God, bro.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying?
Brody made 3 M's weaving baskets at
that's crazy.
60 feet below sea level.
Like, bro is next level. He unlocks some shit.
Yeah, he's different.
That's crazy.
Not me. I barely be in the pool. Fuck that.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So, I know you've traveled, done music. You know what I'm saying? What's been the greatest experience about that? Coming from like even being in Milwaukee, like I felt like I came from Killeen, Texas, and then I came to San Antonio and made a name for myself. But I feel like Milwaukee is one of them ones that like you really gotta make a name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like, so for you, what was that like when you started to recognize that people started to recognize who Genesis Renji was? Like, when did you first started seeing that, like, damn, these motherfuckers is really fucking with me now? Like, because I know it's a grind before to get niggas to really fuck with you.
Hey, I gotta look over it, because I've been at this for so long, bro. So I have different eras where people remember me for certain things. So, I've always been interested and driven into music. That was the love because of my cousin. But there was a period where people only knew me because of spoken word poetry. Yeah. And I got into that on some boo. I got into that. Boo. He said boo. I got into poetry on some competitive shit. So, most people who get into poetry, they're like, "Oh, I love it. This is my escape. This is my expression."
See, that's dope. I like that.
I got into it being petty. Yeah. Because in high school, we would do forensic poetry. My brother did it, and he was great at it. Like, he was city champion 2 years running. Yeah. And so when I moved back to the city, my mom, she always made us do all of our activities together. Go wherever your brothers go. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll do this thing. So I got into there just really off the competitive spirit, but that took me to places. I mean, I've done Brave New Voices. I've done Louder Than a Bomb. I've done spoken word, slam poetry on every level possible in a very short time. So I tapped out of that. But that era created, okay, we know Genesis Renji, the poet. And then it was a whole new era where it was, we know Genesis Renji, the rapper. But that came, I want to say closer to like 2017 when I moved back to Milwaukee from DC. I went to DC, live with my pops for a bit.
For sure.
And I remember being, this is like the moment that changed my life. I was working at Save-A-Lot, a grocery store chain. And I'm at the register, just bobbing my head. This dude come over like, "What you listening to?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing, bro. I'm just freestyling in my head while I'm ringing them out." Yeah. And he's like, "Okay, dope. What's your name? I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you on SoundCloud. Check your music out." I'm like, "Cool." So I'm like, "Oh, Genesis Renji." He's like, "Oh shit, I follow you already." And I was like, yeah, I gotta quit.
That's crazy.
I'm a rapper. Y'all can't be seeing me.
Yeah.
But from that moment, it was okay. We really need to take this seriously. So then I quit that, and I'm
just
studio locked in. Yeah. So 2018 for me was the year when everybody's like, okay, Genesis Renji, the rapper, we see him and we acknowledge him, because I was on a tear back into 2017 all through 2018. So US Bank did a competition, this Battle of the Bands type competition. Okay. I was the only rapper in that thing, so it's me versus 5 other bands, and I beat them niggas, walk away with 20 G's in one night. I was like, oh yeah, I can do this for the rest of my life, for real. Like,
for sure.
This is living proof right here.
That's when you kind of knew you had to do it. That's when you kind of knew you had.
I was
to
like,
do
we really gotta push.
Yeah.
It was always the idea of rap can be a profession, but that was the one where it's like, all right, bro, what are you willing to give up right now to do it?
Because there's always those pivotal moments, right, where you do certain things. Sometimes they happen by mistake. Sometimes they happen, or they're gonna happen, but you don't really know how the outcome is gonna be. But the outcome be so amazing, that you be like, shit, like, because there was a pivotal moment for me, you know, as an artist where I felt like, well, this is what I love to do, to something happened to where I felt like I can't do shit else. Yeah, I have to do this.
That's where I was at after the U.S. Bank thing, because from there it was, what the fuck we end up doing? From there we do Summerfest. I'm performing at the halftime show for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like the run between 2017 and 2019 was, all right, bro, you can really do this thing as a profession full time if you just like lock in and give up everything else you don't want to do. So from then, very like almost dangerous stubbornness was created. But from there, that's how we get the achievements, the milestones, and the person that's in front of you today.
Yeah.
So,
do you get your inspiration? You know, clearly off of life in general.
Life for sure. Yeah.
But like, do you get your inspiration also? Like, I know me, I'm a competitor, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I need to compare.
I think everybody trash.
Yeah, so like, okay, I fuck with that.
That's like a
I actually fuck with that. That's how I feel. My selfish.
Everybody sucks.
Yeah, because you selfish with it. Like, right? There's a thing about that. Like, where I have that about myself too, where I'm like, when I hear somebody compliment a nigga on some shit, it might be dope, but I know me.
If it's this is my thing, because it's like I believe you can be a competitor and still be an appreciator of whatever it is you're doing. Right? I'm everything really always go back to the military upbringing. You know, we weren't raised to.
First of all, I love that everybody's trash.
Yeah,
you're all trash.
It's really everybody sucks. Everybody sucks.
All of you.
That's the motto. Everything for me just goes back to the military upbringing. So like, we didn't get celebrated. You didn't celebrate doing what you were supposed to do. So when I'm out here doing things as a rapper and people are like, "Oh, that's fire," I'm like, "This is part of my job." So I don't see it that same way. Right. So when another nigga's getting hyped up off some shit that I think you're supposed to be doing, I'm like, okay. You don't view this the same way I do. Yeah. Already we in a different conversation and lane. And then because of military upbringing, excellence is always expected. So if we ain't delivering that excellence or you not showing me excellence, why am I about to be moved by this shit? If I don't move myself, why should I be moved by what you doing? Yeah. So when I do come across a person that inspires me or does something that I'll tell niggas I want to take that. I want to take that and implement that. I'm a fan of this thing that you do. When I come across that, I'll let them know. But if you ain't doing that, I'm not about to act like you are. I'm not the nigga clapping just because I'm there in the audience. Nah, boo ass.
I'm the same way. Like, I don't like after something happens. Like, I celebrate that day if we did something. But the next day I'm already contemplating. I want to know what the next move is.
It's got to really be something.
I used to be like that. But if I can. And you gonna have your, you know what I'm saying? You gonna go about it the way you want to. But if I've been taught this, right? You gotta celebrate your wins at least while they're happening. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I got a very great group around me that beats that into me and is one of them people. Hey,
my manager did the same thing. Yeah. She be like, "Oh, we just did
this thing. Celebrate."
And I'm like, "What's next?"
And I be like, "No." But niggas like, "All right, we're going out. Or we about to go do this thing." And it's like you have to have that appreciation because I don't think we intentionally set up enough time for ourselves to go back and review shit and really give ourselves props for what we've been able to do and what we've accomplished. Sure. Like the last time I impressed myself was 2023. Like genuinely impressed myself and was like, damn, I didn't expect us to do this. And that was when I got a placement with Nickelodeon.
Well, that's a whole... Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that was the last time I was.
My questions.
Yeah, that was the last time I was genuinely impressed. I'm progressing the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm hard.
That was a good segue though.
I'm hard to impress, but I'm very impressionable because it's like if I fuck with what you're doing or I admire whatever is being shown, I'm gonna study and obsess over that thing. And appreciate it. I don't have a problem saying I'm a fan of something.
So do you rap and sing, or you just rap?
I rap and sing. I'm not the strongest singer, but I found my pockets
to where you can fit into.
Yeah, and I double down on what sounds good, and I find that good balance for myself.
So you know what I'm saying. So we talk about it. You know what I'm saying. You a song.
He didn't want me to be an R&B artist. I was like, bro, you gotta let me live, bro. I'm trying to be. But
you know what though, you gotta. I've tapped into it. Yeah. I tapped into it myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I do an R&B tape. But I like that about you, that you diverse. Because you also songwrite.
Yeah.
You also songwrite.
Yeah.
So that's dope too, you know what I'm saying?
I got songs I want to give away to artists. So, some singers or whoever needs some records, let me know.
So you know you got you've had song placements on Adult Swim.
That was the first one.
Queen Sugar.
Yeah.
Peacock's Bel Air.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's the brand new show, super dope.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about that, bro, because a lot of people, let's talk about it for two reasons. One, a lot of artists don't really know how to maneuver their music.
Yeah.
And song placements is super dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about how big that is. Let's not act like that's small. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like that, like Bel Air and Nickelodeon ain't. No. That gives you a little.
It's a big deal.
That gives you a little credibility to say niggas is trash.
A little credibility.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4.
That gives you some credibility to say niggas is trash.
Niggas ass.
You know what I'm saying? But
everybody sucks.
That's super dope. Like so. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about how you even got those song placements. Is that something you researched and you was like, I think I can get my songs on this type of shit, and they had to review it? You know what I'm saying?
It's a very interesting story, bro. So during quarantine, when COVID and everything was happening, I would be online.
I ain't heard that word in a long time. Quarantine.
I'd be online I'd be on Facebook, Twitter every day telling niggas, hey, bro, y'all need to pivot. Like, I don't know what your pivot is gonna be, but you need to pivot and come out this motherfucker with something. You need to go platinum in this pandemic. That don't mean sell 1 million records. That mean come out of here with something that's gonna level up your life in one way or another.
For sure.
So before quarantine, my brother Lucian Parker, this is one of them brothers that ain't blood but is blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So amazing songwriter, amazing artist. Arguably, I think to me he's the only recording artist that works harder than me, I would say. And he got in the sync placement. He was telling me, hey Jen, this is what we got to get into because this is where the money is gonna be at. So his first placement was in it was on a show on USA Today, but then he also had a placement on Marvel's Cloak and Dagger show. Okay. So at the end of episode 1, that last song that's playing, that's his joint.
Okay, dope.
So Lucian was ushering me into getting in the sync. During quarantine, we in the crib, we ain't got nothing to do. I'm trying to figure out how to make rap work. I'm like, hey, let's just start getting into the sync shit. So I'm spending every day of entire month emailing 10 sync companies. Hey, I'm Genesis Renji. Here's my box link. This is before disco. Here's my box link.
For sure.
You know, listen to these songs. Hopefully we can work. And I'm 299 no's, nigga. Like, there's a no every day.
You're gonna get a bunch of no's before you get the yes.
But
the yeses make all the no's worth it though.
But my thing is, hey, give me the no versus the no response at all. You know. But then eventually, my supervisor, shout out to Stacy over at Gravel Pit Music. She responded 20 minutes after I sent the email to her company. She's like, yo, I love your music. Would love to work with you. And then talked about the terms and everything, and we got into it. But even in signing that arrangement, we didn't get our first placement until a year after that.
Right.
And that was the Queen Sugar one. The Adult Swim placement I got on my own because I was releasing music during quarantine. I was like, hey, I'm going to drop a song every week until quarantine ends. Didn't know how long that was going to be.
Right.
But in me releasing music, there was a project that Adult Swim was working on, and the person in charge of that, she found my SoundCloud, was like, hey, we're working on a mixtape to help independent artists during this time. You know, we want to put you on a mixtape, pay you for that. I'm like, oh, shit, is this a placement?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was like, so it's like, this is a dope win for me and my producers because.
Did it feel crazy the first time you heard your shit on the episodes?
Yeah.
It was
different.
Did you rewind that shit a couple times?
I watched the Adult Swim grind, so it's like, oh, nigga, this is different.
Yeah.
So to go from that and then to the Queen Sugar one, where it's all right, we on TV now, network television, and we still getting them residuals. I'm like, and I'm a big Nipsey Hussle fan. I'm like, okay, this is the mailbox money. Me too. This is the mailbox money Nip was talking about. So to get into that and then see that, okay, this is working. The best thing about Sync for me is really being able to pay my producers and then whoever else is co-writing on there. Like my brother D, he co-wrote the Bel Air joint we did.
Yeah.
Hush Money. He's the reason that song got made. I didn't want to rap that day for real. I was going through beats like, I'm not feeling none of this. He played the last beat. We started freestyling. He said, we might as well record this, bro.
Yeah.
Middle of recording it, Stacy like, hey, Bel Air's looking for music. I'm like, all right, cool. He finishing his verse for Hush Money. I'm going through my catalog like, yeah, this would be fire. This would be fire. This would be fire.
Yeah.
He finished his verse. I mixed it down. I was like, fuck it. I'll throw it in there just because we finished it. That's the song they picked. So it's like, so because you know, having the right people around me to say, hey, let's just do this thing just because we feel it.
And it always pans out like that. The songs that you least expect people to really fuck with, or that you don't even really fuck with, that be the one that they choose. Like, I want to work with this one. You know what I'm saying? That shit would be crazy because you be putting effort and shit into certain songs. You like, it ain't no way nobody don't fuck with this. And it ain't that they don't. But they gonna go with what fits them at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy work.
Yeah, the biggest payoff for me with the sync thing is just being able to pay the homies that believe in me, because I have a producer group. So I got guys that just send me beats all the time.
And you produce as well?
No, I engineer. I can't make a beat to save my life. Gun to my head, I'll start praying. Let me get right real quick, big dog. But so
I tried. I can't finish a beat. I want the drums in there. I want to rap right now. That's it.
I learned early that wasn't for me. But I like being able to pay back my guys. And even when we get these placements, I'm like, this ain't the bag that I want to give you, but I'm appreciative of you even believing in me and us being able to do this thing. And they like, hey, dog, this is enough. Like, the guys I work with, they like, when we did Hush Money, my boy Fortune, who produced it, he's from the UK. He's like, bro, this is the first time I ever got paid for making a beat. I known this dude for 7-8 years. So I'm like, oh, okay. The fact that you were able to do that with me.
And I think that's one of the things that get you your shine, and that get you, it's probably one of the reasons why you shine the way that you do is because I feel like, I heard Nip say one time, he said, you got to be comfortable with not never being noticed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that, like, when you get comfortable with that, that's when you start getting noticed the most. You know what I'm saying? Most niggas, they want to get noticed with all the shit that they put in. And they try to apply it to the hard work that they're putting in. But niggas don't really give a fuck about your hard work because they're not experiencing the hard work.
Nobody wants to see if people cared about hard work, we have live viewing sessions of niggas in the gym. Like, nobody want to see that shit, bro. Who the fuck wants to watch a nigga work, bro? We don't stand at construction sites and watch niggas build. Like, damn, that skyscraper gonna be crazy. No, nigga, I want to see the final thing.
This nigga is hilarious, bro. Oh my god. But nobody want to see a nigga work out.
Nobody wants to see that shit, bro. Fuck. Unless you actually genuinely are invested in that thing. But then that goes to what we was talking about off mic earlier. It's a small window for that, or a very small and specific lane for that. But it usually applies to the other people that are pursuing the thing that you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
They find that relativity in that. But yeah, bro, niggas don't care about hard work.
But I tell niggas too, as an artist, you could feel the difference between you and other people, right?
Yeah.
Like, niggas, I never walked into a spot and threatened that 20 niggas perform before me.
Oh,
because you're gonna remember who the fuck I am.
Listen, bro, I have a spiritual belief in myself that there's only two people on earth that perform better than me: Beyonce and Chris Brown.
And you might be good on Chris Brown for right now. No,
I ain't back.
My bad, Chris. I'm fucking with you, nigga. I know you going through some shit right now. My bad, kid.
Hey,
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. We miss Chris, man. I hope they don't lock my nigga up for 16 years. He's facing 16 right now, but we gonna talk about that later.
Nah,
but that's crazy.
I'm not a lawyer, but thoughts and prayers. We're gonna leave it at that. But bro, I know what I'm capable of, and because of that, I know what I bring to any scenario and situation. So I'm never really worried. And I also know, like, I don't mind being wrong. I'm not in something to look right or be the master or the genius and shit. I tell niggas all the time, hey, bro, I don't know shit. I'm just a rapper.
Yeah.
You can do what you want with that. Yeah. I'm gonna just show you what I do well, and you gonna see the difference. That's all it is.
For shit show. Well, let's talk about this, man. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
Let's get into some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? First of all,
open book, any and everything, man.
Let's talk about you being, from Milwaukee, military, but still from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's where you spend most of. You gonna resonate with the place that you get, the most experiences from, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm K-Town till I die, but I love SA because SA, this is where I got my fans at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been over Korea. I've done a lot of things, but I love my hometowns, you know what I'm saying? I claim too, because they done a lot for me.
Got to.
But you in Milwaukee, done something that most niggas won't ever get to do in their city.
Which is what?
Especially with their city having an NBA team. You performed a halftime fucking show.
Yeah.
I know niggas in SA that's been rapping for over 20, 30 years and never have done a halftime San Antonio Spurs show. Yeah. But you got a chance to do that for your city.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that like?
I'm him, dog. No. I'm really the GOAT. First and foremost, that's a very big shout out to one of the Milwaukee Bucks organization, and then to Radio Milwaukee 88.9. They big supporters of the local artist scene there, and they were partnering with the Bucks that year to curate the halftime performances for the team that season. So they just happened to love me and be a supporter of the work that I was doing and offer me that opportunity and that chance.
How did that feel walking out there with all them people?
Different, bro. It's different. It's different.
Shit different?
It's different because this is also the same year I did Summerfest and I opened for Amine. So that was
we about to talk about that too.
Yeah, that was main stage. We in front of 7,500 people. And then to go from that to a couple months later, 17,000 people sold out arena, Pfizer Forum in the city you grew up in.
Right.
And then so my thing is, I do my heat check. I give me a ooh yeah yeah. I got an arena saying ooh yeah yeah. You're mine. I own you for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that
what was the set? What was the set like? Was the set 5?
It was 5 minutes, but it was a medley. So me, my DJ, and my drummer, we picked the 3 most energetic songs that I had out at that time. Found a good little blend between them. Put it together and made it work. The energy, bro. The energy. You don't forget that energy. Like even before you go on, I'm at the edge of the stage. I'm, in ears on, and I'm just all right. I get it. That's all I was saying to myself was I get it. I get it now. And this was around the time Drake was on tour for, I want to say, Scorpion. So I'm like, okay, I get it. I do the performance easy. Performing is second nature for me, for real. So that's nothing. When I finish it, the first thing I said to my squad was, hey, I'm ready to go on tour. I could do this 82 nights in a row. I get why niggas be on the road when you have this amount of energy. And that's 17,000. 17,000 pills in comparison, depending on who you are as an artist. You know what I'm saying? But, that's definitely one of the highlights of my life.
Dope. Have you ever been overseas?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, I can tell you firsthand, bro. You're going to love that shit. It's different.
I'm a wild out,
It's
bro.
different.
I know that I've just
performed in Korea
I've talked to,
and South Africa. Different.
Yeah. The people I've talked to and I've seen, and even just videos that we watch, there's a different appreciation for American music, but specifically rap in other countries. So I already know when we...
And what I love about overseas, they don't care about the beefs you've been in.
Nah,
they don't. That nigga Ja Rule is like Jay-Z over there. Like that nigga's like I'm not joking. I'm not fucking. Go look at this nigga page. He's like a fucking Jay-Z, bro.
They want to hear some music and have a good time.
Nobody cares about the 50 shit.
That's American shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's yeah. But nah, that's dope, bro. What would you say one of your favorite? This is a 2-part question.
Yeah.
What would you say one of your favorite things that you will never forget that you've done and you was like, man, that was it? And then what's one of the worst things where you say, I got to make sure that never happens fucking again?
I love this question because the answer is the same for both of them. And that's
really?
that's
what
the
first time I heard that.
That's what inspired my second book. So I've published 2 books. I've self-published 2 books. The first one is called Go Talk. That was one of the things I did during quarantine. I was like, fuck it, let's write a book. And the follow-up to that book was called Go Talk 2, Fucking Up. And that was just me talking about my mistakes. Yeah. But then interviewing other people that I admire and respect and asking them what are some of their best mistakes. So my best event and my greatest fuck up are the same thing, which is 2016, because I started my label, the House of Renji, with my partners in 2013. 2016, we go on the first label tour. And I'm living in D.C. at the time. I come back to Milwaukee. I financed this entire thing out of my pocket. Everything, like new credit cards, bank loan from the bank I was working at, like all of that.
Yeah.
And I get 2 vans, filling motherfuckers up with kids from Milwaukee. Not kids, but us. We young. We 19 to 24 collectively. And it's 12 of us, and we go on the road to Denver, Colorado, and that was a shit show from the beginning to the end. But mistake, couldn't get an hour out the city without getting pulled over. And the grace of God was with us because we should not have made it out that situation.
Yeah.
But to go across the country to Colorado with, 10, 11 kids from the inner city of Milwaukee, and most of them had never been that far outside of the city, let alone, even outside of the state before. And for them to see this thing, and we did it all off of rap. It was a new experience. It's different when I'm a military kid, so I've seen it. It's different when your homies from the hood are saying, dog, look at the mountains, and are genuinely appreciative of it because it's their first time seeing them.
Right, stepping out.
So the best thing was being able to provide that experience for the homies and the friends and the people that I love and have built these relationships with through music. And the fuck up was just everything else, like thinking I could do it all, trying to be the mogul at 22 years old and you know, cashing out on any and everything because I'm a very big dreamer. I'm a very ambitious person, and my ambition sometimes gets the best of me. But you know, we live and we learn from these experiences, and they shape us for the better. So I learned the next tour was definitely smaller and definitely more realistic, and we broke even. So it was like, that's a success. But that was one of the best moments. A lot of learning curves, but beautiful time. Yeah.
You know, the learning curves are dope too, because they become you know what I'm saying, pillars of your story. You know what I'm saying? I fucking love that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love hearing your story because I've experienced so much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I don't feel like a lot of niggas have experienced half the shit that I have. You know what I'm saying? But I love to hear what you're doing because it's nice to sit at a table with a nigga who understands.
Yeah, bro. And that ain't too many.
An artist of your caliber.
It ain't too many tables I'll be sitting there.
And that's what I'm saying. I fuck with that.
I'll be like, God damn.
So let me ask you this, man. I ask every artist of your caliber this type of question. I don't ask all artists this.
So you only ask me this because I'm in a lane of my own.
So I gotta ask, you know what I'm saying, what does it look like for Genesis Renji as far as like, you know, some people, like for me, right?
Yeah.
I don't seek for things or people for validation. You know, people believe in what I do because I believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that for? Like, as far as like for me, I want to win a Grammy, but not for anybody. Not for the awards. I want to do it for me. I want to invite Genesis Renji to my crib one day. We eating steak one day at the table, and you be like, "Damn, bro, that's dope. You got the Grammy." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it might have been a goal that I talked to you about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I say, "Hey, nigga, I want to get this Grammy," and then I got it.
Yeah.
And then now that resonates with you because you know that we had that conversation.
Yeah.
What's that thing for you? Is, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like I need this for me?
I think I'm already doing it for me. Like, for me, it was being able to do music full time. Like, my mom had to remind me a while ago that I already made it. I remember I was in Dallas visiting my god sister, and it was a Sunday. I don't do church. So I was sitting in the van. I'm going to talk to my mama. She's going to be my church today. And I was like, yeah, Mom, you know, I'm just thinking about these things, and this is how I'm feeling, and I just can't wait to make it. I've been impatient forever. Sure. Ann can tell you that. I'm like, I just can't wait to make it. And she was like, well, what is making it to you? When you first told me what making it was, what was it? And I was like, making it for me was doing what Gerald does, my homie Gerald Walker. That's my OG, the godfather of blog rap. Anybody tell you different, they'll lie. But I was like, making it for me is doing what Gerald does, Gerald was the first person I knew that was paying all his bills off of rap. So I was like, making it is that. She said, are you paying your bills with music? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, is every bill taken care of? I was like, yeah, for the most part, I could be making more money, but yeah. She's like, okay, you've already made it. At this point, you just want to expound on it.
Yeah.
So for me, the for me part, it's been done.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up is for me. The accolades and the achievements and everything, that's just, like we said earlier, that's work for me. That's not, that's what's expected of me because I know what I'm aiming for. The benefit comes because I believe in my selfishness. I have a very beneficial trickle-down effect. So even when I'm winning, everybody that's around me, that's coming up behind me, they're going to benefit from that thing. Even when we did the Summerfest joint, that was a 45-minute set I was supposed to do by myself. I brought 20 motherfuckers with me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this by myself. I could have made it all about me. Nah. Hey, these are all my homies. My homies are also dope artists. They're also from Milwaukee. I'm going to show you why each one of these people is dope and fire. And I'm going to use my nepotism of the moment to get it done, bro.
And I love that, man. You remind me of a Cole when you talk.
Yeah, man.
Of a Cole, of a J. Cole. Because the way...
I don't duck rap beef. But
nah, for shit show. If I committed, I committed, nigga. But the thing is, you remind me of, like, the way you try to... Because even with his team, right?
Yeah.
He always... They dropped the tape they had, what was it, Dreamville?
Yeah. The Dreamers.
Dreamers, something like that.
Yeah,
but he makes sure he rather put niggas on before him. So let me ask you this: like, is that like a do you find it hard? And this is probably a stupid question asking you this.
What's up?
But I'm gonna ask it anyway because it's in my head.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard with all the shit that's saturated to sometimes say because niggas make it off of this? Like, let me do this shit.
No.
And
no.
Okay, so I already knew it was gonna be a no right away. No. But I know that some niggas, they veer off from the path that they on when I feel like you should stay a course.
Well, those are niggas that don't have no conviction in themselves. That'd be my biggest. Like, my biggest thing is, it goes to what you mentioned earlier when you like, I walk into a room, I don't care about 20 other niggas performing.
Yeah.
That's conviction. A lot of niggas don't have conviction. So when you don't have a strong sense of self and purpose, you easily swayed. I'm easily impressionable. I can pick up on something and adapt it and make it my own thing. Right. I'm not easily swayed. I'm a very stubborn motherfucker.
Yeah.
That works in my favor, and sometimes it works against me.
I could tell because everybody's trash.
Yeah, everybody sucks. Everybody sucks. He's a witness. He's been on the other end of my stubbornness for.
Well, that makes sense too, because Ant is like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's just
Ant got a goddamn Jay-Z swag to him. It never nothing that he does is not cool.
The boss is bossed.
You know what I'm saying? You can't never not see that nigga not cool. Like, I don't understand. Like, I never seen this nigga trip. I've never seen him fall out his seat. This nigga just cool everywhere he go.
Slow motion with him.
Like,
that's that Aquarius shit.
Like that's trained behavior, nigga. Well, I'm an Aquarius too. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So I talk my shit.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what I'm saying. It's hard for a nigga to get me out my.
You
can say everything you want to say about yourself, but nigga,
hey,
we can talk shit all day.
Yeah, facts.
But I fuck with the energy. I love that, man. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not easily swayed by this shit. I really think the most difficult thing is the consistent changes. I don't mind change. I'm a very adaptable person. It's irritating because I love the business as much as I love the art. I'm one of the few people that loves the industry. Industry part of this shit. It's just irritating dealing with the consistent changes, and it's like you feel like you done finally learned the playbook, and then you realize these niggas is up 50 and they playing a whole different set of rule books, and you just got the rules from the last half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really the only frustrating thing. But it also just goes back to the conviction and the stubbornness and the self-belief. We're gonna figure this shit out and we're gonna be good.
I love that. I love that. So let's talk about some of your biggest influences. I know we talked about M. I know we talked about Lupe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nip, obviously.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Is there any more past that?
There are a lot. I have different influences.
Me? Where the fuck that come from? What the fuck is going on?
I have influences based on my eras I'm in. I'm a Gemini, so I'm consistently changing, adapting.
I just learned about y'all niggas. Y'all niggas is
I'm like that.
y'all all in with whatever you want.
Yeah, bro.
If you want that beef shit, you all in.
Yeah.
If you want this, you all in.
Yeah.
You don't really give a fuck.
Nah.
At a point.
Nah. I was in therapy and I had to come to grips with that. I was telling my therapist, I was like, you know what? I have to admit it. Like, I have a very all or nothing personality. She's like, duh. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of obsessive over certain things.
Yeah. I got a Gemini friends and them niggas.
I'm one of them. But Millionaire.
Oh, shout out to Texas. One time
man.
for the one time.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my goats. That was the first melodic rapper for me. He wasn't the first melodic rapper, but that was the first nigga doing the singing, rapping shit. Sound of Revenge was the first rap CD I ever bought.
Yeah.
I bought that from my grandma's store. I bought the bootleg version first, and then when I heard the bootleg version was so hard, I went and bought the official CD from my grandma's store. So yeah, Chameleonaire is one of them. Hove, as I got older, because as I got older, I became a more mature listener, so I would double back. But my influences changed depending on the eras, bro. Drake is definitely one. Kendrick Lamar is one. Kevin Gates is one. As of recent,
what did you feel about the Drake and the Kendrick beef?
That was the greatest shit to happen in rap
for hip hop
this side of 2020, bro.
For sure.
A lot of people don't. Just go back to the industry thing. A lot of people don't realize like that was what we needed. Hip hop was on a decline.
To me, I don't think there was a greater beef than. Well, I put Drake and Kendrick's beef in the same beefs as like, though they was a little different when we talking about like the actions outside of the beef, right?
Yeah.
But I put them in the category if we talking rap. With,
if we talking just rap shit,
with Pac and Big.
Mm-hmm.
I put it in there with Nas and Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still on the fence about 50 and Game's beef, only because I don't put them in the category. I would
count 50 versus New York.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, because 50 is the reason. 50 the reason New York.
When he came out with that How to Rob, I already knew this nigga was different.
Yeah, 50 did. Joey Badass is doing to the West Coast what 50 did to New York.
Because Joey Badass is actually,
but the outcome is going to be very different. The outcome's not going to be as severe as it was with 50. Because 50 was really on some.
Because I know he into it with a nigga right now.
Who?
Joey Badass.
Not for real. This all rap shit.
Okay,
it's all rap shit. It's like, hey, we hear y'all. You know, California's having a moment, but by the way, don't forget New York, nigga. And I love it. It goes back to that competitiveness we talking about. But no, the Drake and Kendrick shit was. The Drake and Kendrick shit gets us here today. Yeah. Without the Drake and Kendrick shit, we don't got Joey, Ray Vaughn, and all these niggas dropping songs literally within hours of each other, bro. Because we saw two of the biggest rap stars who had been not ducking each other, but being professional about whatever their differences were for over a decade. Yeah. And then it got to the point where it's like two of the best people that we've held in high regard for almost 15 years in rap. Yeah. They said, hey, fuck it. Let's go. Yeah. And we watched them niggas go in real time. That was the other thing too. In real time, it was, oh damn, Kendrick just dropped. Oh, Drake.
And they wasted no time dropping.
Oh shit. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it wasn't like when Meek did what Drake did to Meek.
Meek took forever.
It wasn't like that. Yeah.
Meek took a while.
Kendrick was, hey, bitch, I'm here.
Meek took too long. I'm sorry, Meek.
I'm here.
Took too long.
I remember when that shit was happening, and when Meek dropped the War 4 EP, I was like, bro, this is what you should have dropped right after Back to Back. Remind these niggas who the fuck you are. But, you know. Yeah. Hindsight.
For sure.
But yeah, no, I love it, bro. I love it. I love hip hop. I love what this art form is, what it becomes, how influential we are, the history of it. Even though I don't claim to be a hip hop historian, bro, I'm still learning. There are still things that I gotta listen to and figure out. People used to call me a rapper's rapper, which was funny to me because I don't like no rap before the 2000s. Outside of like a few Jay-Z albums. Yeah, but no, I love this shit, man. Dude said I'm trash. I heard that, bro. I listen for a living.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we got a great outlook of who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As an artist. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we just sum it all up.
Appreciate you. I wish I had a linked up. I'm so glad. But you here now. You know what I mean? And we gonna tap you know what I'm saying, Genesis Renji out here in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud to say I'm probably top 10 in my city. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually showing love right now. I'm actually showing easy. That's easy.
Don't show love.
I'm showing if I'm showing no love, I'm top 3.
You gotta
I'm top 3.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna give myself number 1 just because I'm a humble nigga too.
So I'm gonna show you this, right? But in my city, I'm top 2 and I'm both spots.
You both spots?
Yeah, Gemini 1, Gemini 2. I'm the fucking GOAT, bro. I'm really him.
I fuck with that.
I'm really him.
I fuck with that. Like, I'm trying to show some love right now, but
I can show love and still like remind niggas. Hey, I love my city. There are a lot of dope, talented artists there. Shout out to Mo City. Shout out to Von Alexander. Molly Napoleon. You know, shout out to Streets.
But we want you out here to do some shows.
I'm him.
I believe it.
I'm a career.
I love that too. I love this for this nigga. I like this nigga.
I'm a dream killer.
I like this. I really like this nigga, bro.
That's the other thing too.
I don't like a lot of niggas, but I like this nigga.
I ain't been on the road in a minute, bro. I missed the stage. Like,
I like this nigga. You know, I wish we could rewind back to February and put this nigga on stage for the concert. That would have been amazing.
Just tell me whenever the next
show is. We gonna do something else though. We actually taking that concert on tour. So we gotta have. We gotta come out to Milwaukee too.
This is what I've been looking forward to because I see where the industry is at now, right? And we gotta go. It's rewinding. It's going back to the late '90s, early 2000s, where niggas gotta get back outside, interact and touch people and all that. And a lot of motherfuckers ain't got social skills. I was bred and born for audiences, crowds, and talking. You put me in a room, I'm leaving with everybody in that room. Yeah, it's different. You know, online it's a little more work because you fighting for attention with a million other things. Yeah, you put me in a room, it don't matter what time slot I got. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, for sure.
With something. 5 minutes, that. 45 minutes, whatever.
Love that.
The price just go up the longer I'm there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, big dog. That's it.
This nigga is crazy.
I'm expensive, bro. I be trying to tell niggas.
Fuck with it.
It's 4 figures to get me out the house in the crib. What? I like my home. That. It's comfortable.
That's crazy.
I get placements in my living room. Nigga, why do I need to leave my house to rap with y'all? Fuck out of here.
This nigga from Milwaukee, so I know what the fuck going on, nigga.
And you know what's crazy? I'm like one of the nicer niggas. So, but, like, talking wise.
On the real, man, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming to Trill Talk.
Real talk.
Talking with us, bro.
Me, bro. I appreciate
you know what I'm saying? For real. You always welcome.
asked me for a press photo. I was like, how the fuck you get that old ass photo?
Oh, hold on. That was your boy, Ant. Your boy Ant sent them joints to me.
We updating press photos.
But hey,
I was like, he went and grabbed the lock photo.
Make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure, tell them where they can find you on social media right quick,
and everywhere at Genesis Renji. GENESISRENJI. Once again, for the niggas with low reading levels, GENESISRENJI. You know what I'm saying? Or just throw me into Google and have fun. It's a lot of shit up there too. Like pages.
You know what I mean?
I'm Emmy nominated too, if y'all didn't know.
Oh yeah, let's talk about. Whoa. I did see that in my notes. I'm glad you said that shit.
Big dog.
I'm glad you said that shit. Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
Emmy nominated.
Yeah. My dad is more proud of that than I am.
Can I say that one more time?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Emmy nominated.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, bro.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Salute. You know what I'm saying? But man, we gonna tap in. Make sure y'all follow my man on social media. Tap in with him, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get him out here in San Antonio. We gonna make sure we make a great show out of it.
I'm gonna show you why I'm the best. That's it.
But hey, let's get it, man. Y'all know what it is. This has been another great episode of Trill Talk No Cap. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Make sure y'all tap in on the other episodes that we got going. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all pull up to somewhere bar right now if y'all ain't doing shit. And most of y'all ain't doing shit and you ain't got shit to do. So pull up right now and come get some of this hookah. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is, man. Flies on hookah. We outside. Let's go.